Right then, we are back in the Premier League for match week 1 predictions. It's been a long time, but the Premier League is back. Leeds United are also back in the Premier League, so many things to celebrate here. I don't know about all the position changes and why I've just done that, and also I've got the wrong shirt on because I said I was going to wear the new one, but it's in the wash, so I can't wear it. But anyways, let's just get straight into this, starting with... Why is it... Took me on to the next week. Here we go. Starting with Friday night, Liverpool and Bournemouth. Big first game. You've got Liverpool with all the new signings. You've got like Florian Wirtz. You've got Frimpong, Kerkez, Ekitike, potential Guehi signing to come. Probably not for this game though, but in a couple of weeks' time, if he's in that team, it's definitely over. But Bournemouth, they've lost most of their defence. They've got a few new players in, but they've not had time to gel yet. So I think... Whereas both teams have new players that haven't gelled, I think Liverpool have the better players that can do better individual performances, so I think they'll take it. I'm going to go with a close one though. I'm going to say 3-1 to Liverpool. It's not very close, but I think it's 1-1 for a while, and then Liverpool go forward. Maybe a first goal for Ekitike. Florian Wirtz might get a contribution, and we might see the return of the almighty FPL Mo Salah. As for Bournemouth, Evanilson, he's probably got his boots ready to strike. They have to rely on the attack with Cliver and Evanilson and Semenyo, those players that have been in the team and not left, so the attacking threat is still there, which is good. It's just the defence that's a bit shaky. When you're going against one of the best teams in the league, well, the best team in the league, according to last year, it's not great. I feel like I'm too low down. That'll do. Moving on to Saturday, we've got the 12:30 kickoff of Aston Villa and Newcastle. Now this is a big game. You've got two sides that last season were pushing for European Champions League football. They both got European football. Newcastle are in the Champions League, obviously, and Aston Villa are in the Europa League. But Aston Villa don't have a striker crisis where the striker won't play for him, so purely based on that alone, and the lack of new signings as well for both teams, really, but Aston Villa don't really need him as much as Newcastle do, in my personal opinion. I think Aston Villa will win this one. I think it'll be a 2-0 win for Aston Villa. I don't see where the Newcastle United goals can come from. They've got Alanga, they've got Gordon, which two decent players, but not really massive goal scorers, really, especially Alanga just coming to the team. So I'm going to say 2-0 to Villa. A good start for them. Brighton and Fulham are next at 3 o'clock. So the next 3 games are at 3 o'clock. We've got Brighton, Fulham, who are two good teams. I'd say Brighton are better though. But Fulham, they haven't signed anyone, I don't think. They've signed like a backup keeper and that's it all. But people are knocking them for it, saying that, oh, well, they're going to be low down. But do they need to sign, really? They've got a decent squad, and if they're happy with it for now, and they can save that budget, and they'll be completely fine. That's what I'm thinking. So I think Fulham are fine, but I don't think they win this one. I'm going to go with another home win. Brighton 2-1 this time. 2-1. So we've had 3-1, 2-0 and 2-1. But the next game is a debut in the Premier League for a long... Well, debut season as in, like, they weren't here last year. But they have been here before, obviously. But anyways, Sunderland and West Ham. I think Sunderland have a chance to create something here, but we haven't seen the new team in action. Obviously, they've lost Job Bellingham, but then they've brought in a lot of players. You've got, obviously, the star... Everyone's talking about Granit Xhaka. And you've got the fella from Brighton, I forget what he's called. They've signed a lot of decent players. Sorry, and I think that they can probably turn up to play against West Ham, but I don't think it's going to be a win. They could get a draw though. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Full krug for West Ham probably, and Sunderland I haven't got a clue if I'm completely honest. But I think that between all the new players, they might have gelled a little bit, and they've got a chance against a lower end of the table team. I can't get my words out. But a team that won't be as successful, I don't think, is Burnley. They are away at Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham obviously played in the Super Cup yesterday. They drew 2-2 and then lost on penalties, and they were 2-0 up in the 85th minute. So, what's more Spurs than that? But I don't see Burnley picking up anything, but that would just be so Spursy that they lose against Burnley. But I can't see it. I'm going to go with a Spurs 3-0 win. Sorry, Burnley, you're going back down straight away. Speaking of going down and where the people are going to finish, I will do a prediction video when the window's done. I know a lot of people have done theirs this week, but I'm deciding to do mine at the end of the window so that every signing's been made. Anyways, we've got the 5:30 kickoff, Wolves v City. Now, you've got a Wolves team that did decently last season towards the back end of it. At the start, they were poor, but the back end of the season, they've done well. But now they don't have Cunha, they don't have Aït-Nouri playing against his former team, perhaps here as well. Could that impact Manchester City's chances, though? I've not really been keeping on top of Wolves' transfer business. I don't know who they've brought in to replace these players, but Man City, they've got a few new signings, obviously. I think they've got what it takes away at Wolves, the first game of the season. So we're going to give our first away win today to Manchester City. I'm going to say 2-0 to City. I don't think it's going to be a world-beating game, but I just think steady away. Moving on to Sunday, we've got two 2:00 kickoffs and a 4:30. Starting off with the first one, it's Chelsea and Crystal Palace at 2:00. So you've got the Club World Cup winners, and you've got the FA Cup winners, and also the Community Shield winners. There we go. And also Chelsea have won the Conference League last season as well. So two teams that won 2 trophies last season, both from London. Chelsea obviously the better side, but can Crystal Palace create something? I am probably going to say almost, but not quite. I'm tempted to give a 2-2 draw, but I think I'm going to give 2-1 in Chelsea's favour. So it's the first 2-1 of the video, actually, I believe. I don't actually know. Is it? No, I don't think it is. No, it's not. Brighton Fulham were 2-1, wasn't it, I think? Anyways, that don't matter. 2-1 here to Chelsea. I think we'll see what João Pedro can offer, and Liam Delap off the bench as well. You've obviously still got Cole Palmer there. They've brought in a couple of other names, but off the top of my head, it's Chelsea, man. I'm not paying attention, to be honest. Crystal Palace, they haven't really brought anyone in, and they haven't lost anyone either as of yet, but Mark Guehi looks like he's heading towards the door, so we'll have to see. Moving on, Nottingham Forest and Brentford. Okay, so you've got Nottingham Forest, who achieved European football out of nowhere last season. They are now in the Europa League because of the Crystal Palace situation, and they have not lost too many. They kept Gibbs White, which was a bit interesting. And then you've got Brentford, who have lost Mbeumo, they've lost Norgard, they've lost the manager, Thomas Frank himself. They're going to lose Visser. I don't know if he's refusing to play like Isak, but I know that he's keen on leaving. And they've brought in... Oh, they also lost the keeper, Flecking, but they have brought in Kelleher, so it's a like-for-like swap, really. In fact, it might have improved a little bit. And then also they've got Jordan Henderson, more of a manager than the actual manager, and that's another point as well. The manager, this is the first time we get to see him in action. It's a strange choice, but I get it. He understands the Brentford way, but I don't think he's got what it takes to manage. Prove me wrong, honestly. But I'm going to go with a Forest win here, 2-0. Maybe even 3-0. Yeah, we'll do 3-0 for Forest. And then the big game, not for me, but for most people, is the Manchester United-Arsenal game at Old Trafford. 4:30, straight on the TV. You've got a new and improved Man United in a way. Obviously, the front three, they've got Sesko, Cunha and Mbeumo now. But the defence hasn't really changed. And the midfield hasn't really changed. Obviously, you've still got Bruno. But he can't play centre mid, he needs to be a cam. So they've got an attacking 4, realistically. And Arsenal, they've got Gyökeres after all that time. They've also brought in Norgard from Brentford. What's his face? Noni Madueke. A couple of interesting signings from Arsenal. I do think we could be in for a surprise Manchester United win here, though, with Benjamin Sesko now being the striker instead of Rasmus Højlund or Joshua Zirkzee. So I am going to say Manchester United just edge this one. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Manchester United. Now, that is me being optimistic, really. I can see this having a few goals in it, but I'm going to go with the latter and say that usually with these games there's either lots or there's barely any, and I'm going to go with there's barely any. Benjamin Sesko debut goal, and I'll call it there. As for the last fixture, the best fixture in my opinion, we've got Leeds United at home to Everton, 8 o'clock kickoff on Monday night. I genuinely, all bias aside, I think Leeds can do it. I think Ellen Road atmosphere on a Monday night, under the lights, back in the Premier League, the fans will boost the team and they will get a result. I'm going to go with 2-1. I'm going to be boring, 2-1. Lucas Perry will be in the net instead of Melia or Darlow, which makes me a bit more confident in that. I will admit I am worried about Pickford. He's hard to score against. I like Ndiaye as well. I think he might be the one to score the goal. They've obviously brought in Jack Harrison this week as well. Good signing. We have brought in fucking Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think that's the first time I've said that word off the chart. And it's because of that ratty man. Get this picture up right now. What is this? This is our striker, and I'm genuinely serious. I think he might be the main striker. Well, the second backup. I think it'll be Piru, him, and Nemecha, and that annoys me because you can't tell me that they're bringing him in on a free but paying him over 100 grand a week, and he's not going to get game time. It's ridiculous, man. I can't believe it. But other than that, I think that, and Jack Harrison as well, but we will talk about that. But we've got Dan James, we've got Willie Nonto, we've got Laji Ramazani, we've got Tanaka, Stach, Goodmanson, Bogle, fullbacks. Well, we think Bogle will be ready to play, I hope so. Ampadu, Rodon, no Biol because he's injured. Not injured, sorry, he's suspended for his last game at Udinese. Stupid rule. But probably have Strauch start instead for the first game, which I can live with. But I think first game of the season, it's time to take some points, and then obviously we're away at Arsenal next, and I think we might look to lose that one. But I do think Leeds have what it takes to beat Everton, and I think it is the only promoted team that I've given the win. I've given Sunderland the draw, I've given Burnley the loss, and I've given Leeds the win. Is it biased? Maybe just a little bit, but I do genuinely think that Leeds United has what it takes. The midfield is strong, the defence is strong, and the strike force, not really, but you've got Dan James there who can always pelt down the pitch at 90 miles an hour and have good crosses in the box as well. So I think they will be fine. I do think Ndiaye scores, but I'm going to go with Dan James and maybe actually Piru to score. So that's my prediction for the Leeds game. And that's the whole starting week. So hopefully the Leeds one's right at least. I'm not too bothered about the rest being right, but I would like to obviously get a few right. So if you enjoyed, please do leave a like, comment down below what you think's going to happen this week. And I'll see you all in the next one for Game Week 2 or the Championship video that will come out tomorrow. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.